Welcome to All About V Certs, the go-to podcast for busy teachers delivering NCFE Level 1 to Technical Awards. Hosted by myself, Rachel.
And Beth. We're both experienced provider development officers here at NCFE,
Each bite-sized episode is packed with practical insights, top tips, and expert guidance on all things V Certs.
helping you make the most of your V Certs. Hi everyone, and welcome back to our All About V Certs podcast. So it's your space for practical insights and support with your V Cert delivery. And I'm Beth.
And I'm Rachel. So, what are assessment objectives, Beth? And why are they so important in the V Cert qualifications?
So we'll break down what each AO is designed to measure and how they're applied across internal and external assessments.
And how do they shape the way learners are assessed? And what should we do to be looking out for as educators? What do we need to be mindful of? And why they matter for both teaching and marking. So let's get into it.
Yeah. So let's start with the basics. What exactly are assessment objectives within the V Certs and why are they so important?
So the assessment objectives are the core skills and knowledge areas that learners are expected to demonstrate. They guide how assessments are written, how responses are marked, and how we support learners.
And in V Certs, they're consistent across both external exam and the non-exam assessment, which helps create a clear structure of delivery.
So let's take a little closer look at each AO and what it's actually asking for.
So we'll start with AO1, which is recall of the knowledge. So this is about remembering facts, definitions, key information, and you'll often see them linked to verbs like identify or state.
Yeah. And then we'll have AO2, which is the application of knowledge. Here, learners need to apply what they know to a scenario or context. Verbs like explain or describe often show up in AO2.
And then we have AO3, which is analysis and evaluation. And this is the deeper thinking. So it's making the judgments, comparing options, or justifying decisions. So it look out for verbs like evaluate, assess, or justify.
Now, understanding these distinctions can help tutors plan lessons and assessments that target the right skills. So when we talk about doing your micro briefs, like try to make sure if you're creating any work yourself to bring in these key words so learners start getting used to them and understanding what's required for each of them as well.
So AOs in practice, what do they look like? So how do these objectives actually show up in learners' work?
So the A1 responses are usually short and factual. So think definitions or lists.
Yeah. And AO2 responses show understanding through examples or explanations. Learners are applying, it's the what they know,
Yeah.
isn't it?
And then your AO3 responses are more developed with reasoning, and they'll have a little bit more structure to them. And that's where you'll see learners justifying the choices or comparing different approaches.
So, for example, if a learner is asked to evaluate a solution but only describes it, they're likely missing out the AO3 marks, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. And let's have a little sort of think about linking the AOs to the command verbs. So let's talk about how command verbs connect to the AOs. So there's a bridge between the question and the skills they're being assessed by. And each command verb is aligned to a specific AO. So for instance, describe might link to AO2, while justify links to your AO3.
So each command verb is aligned to an AO, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
As you've said, describe and justify.
And then just using the updated command verb guidance can really help and support your learners to understand what's expected in their responses and support consistent marking as well.
And the command verbs can be found in the tutor guidance, they can be found in the sample paper, the past papers.
Yeah.
So how can tutors use AOs to strengthen their planning and delivery?
Well, firstly, start by mapping your lessons and assessments to the AOs. Make sure you're covering all across your scheme of work.
And as was said, use past papers, the sample NEAs to show learners what each A looks like in each section, and also which tasks they're marked against as well.
Yeah, and build up the AO specific tasks into your teaching, like AO1 quizzes or AO2 case studies or AO3 debates.
Yeah, so to sum up, assessment objectives are more than just marking criteria.
Yeah, they're a powerful tool for planning, teaching, and helping your learners succeed. The more clearly we understand them, the more confident your learners are going to get to know them and know what's required of them at each stage.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us for this episode. And if you're new to V Certs or just want to strengthen your assessment planning,
and we just hope we did give you a clearer view of how the AOs work in practice.
And also, please remember to book onto our Q&A sessions, our drop-ins, where you can network with other teachers, and we have the themes.
Yep, and the drop-in will focus on key dates. So our next drop-in will focus on key dates, just to make sure you've got all those assessment key dates and everything you need to know.
And that's in December. And then just for the rest of the year, so the dates are in your diary. March is key information. May is holistic marking. And then June's getting you prep for 26 and 27. And to book onto our Q&A sessions, you book on the website via our provider hub.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
If you found this episode helpful, don't forget to follow, share, or leave a review.
Until next time, be prepared.
And know we're here for you.
And stay connected.